Hello students, this video is for class 9, subject Environmental Education, chapter 9 on the topic Practices for Conservation of Resources, which you will find in page number 103. So students, I hope everyone is ready with your textbook and pencil, and as I go on explaining, I want all of you to underline the important points. Let us see with the introduction. It has now been largely realized that the situation will go out of control and this world will not be a fit place to live if serious efforts are not made by the humans to stop the rapid depletion of natural resources. Natural resources, it means the resources that exist on the planet independent of human actions. And it is naturally occurring materials that are useful to human beings. And also, we have to control on the use of fossil fuels and look for alternative way. When you hear the term alternative energy, it's usually referring to renewable energy sources. What is renewable energy sources? It means energy that is sustainable, something that can't run out or is endless. Example, sun. Conservation of resources does not mean that we have to stop using the resources, alright? Conservation means preservation, maintenance, restoration, and sustainable utilization of resources. If the natural resources are conserved in a very good way, there is no danger to harm the environment. Okay, for example, like if we cut one tree and plant 2 new trees, perhaps we don't run any risk of destruction to the environment, right? The thing is that we do not bother to plant new trees in place of the tree that has been cut down. So let us see the practices for conservation. Conservation of natural resources. Proper management of natural resources, maintaining a balance between the supply and use of resources is called conservation. And the forests play a very important role in ecology. Let us see how. Forests preserve the richness of the soil. Forests hold water to prevent floods and moderate the weather. Okay? If the forest buffer is removed from a place, it will be prone to sudden hot or cold waves from the neighboring place and a sudden climatic change will take place. For example, the forest on the West Delhi. What exactly happened on the West Delhi was that the forests on the west of Delhi were removed due to some urban activity. And now the hot winds from Rajasthan suddenly hit this part of Delhi as there is no forest covered left. There is no trees in the forest. So these hot winds from Rajasthan make life uncomfortable for Delhi's. So see, if alternate greenery was planted in its place, this situation could have been averted, isn't it? This situation could have been avoided. Point 2. Soil is a renewable source, right? And if we properly take care of it, it can be used over and over again. The thing is that we have to prevent the top soil. And wind and water are the enemies of the top soil. Okay? Because they blow and wash away the top fertile soil with force. So ferocity of wind and water can be checked with the help of forest. If forests are there around, they will slow down the velocity of the wind. Alright. Also, in case of rain, forests check the flow of water through the soil. And water flowing over the soil with a force causes soil erosion, that is, removal of top layer of the soil. And forests not only check the flood situation but also raise the underground fresh water level in the wells, tube wells, etc. So when it comes to the life of the animals, they feel comfortable in the greenery of the forest. And when forests are destroyed, ultimately it destroys the life of the animal. And we are deprived of many useful materials that we can obtain from the animals. Let us see some of the tasks taken up by the NGOs. So, a number of non-government organizations, NGOs, have taken up the task of educating people about the need to cut down the consumption of fossil fuels and to suggest alternative sources of energy. Let us see one by one. So, point one is, whenever you go for shopping, you must always take the cloth bag with you to keep the things purchased in your bag. Alright? In that way, we will save a lot of polythene bags. And these plastic bags are not environment friendly, right? Because they are non-biodegradable. What is non-biodegradable? It means not capable of being broken down by the action of living organisms, right? So, as said, plastic bags are not environment friendly because they are non-biodegradable and it evolves a poisonous gas on heating. Let us see the second point. We use a number of plastic made articles at home and offices like baskets, dustbins, photo frames, etc. So why not we try to make these articles with bamboo and other plants, thus saving on petrol products. Third point, our former railway minister Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav, he introduces the use of kulhars. The pictures of you will see the picture of kulhar in the corner. So he introduced the use of kulhars in place of plastic cups for drinking tea, coffee, water, etc. And I believe you and I, we agree to this point, isn't it? I mean, this is not a this is not a bad idea, right? Because one advantage is that kulhar is biodegradable. Alright, it mixes with the soil and does not cause any pollution. Alright. The fourth point, efforts should be made to clean water bodies, be it the village pond or a river or a lake. Clean water also supports fish and other water animals, which are all natural resources. So the last point is there has been a provision of public parks in newer settlements, but due to paucity of funds with the municipal committees and corporations, these parks remain undeveloped, and it is the duty of the residents that they should come forward to develop and maintain the park in their neighborhood so that they will enjoy the benefits of clean air, facilities for morning and evening walks, swings for their children, and besides, it improves the looks of our locality, right? So, we will end from here. We will continue the rest in the next video. Thank you everyone.